Hi, everyone. My name is Brooke Sperling, and I am the leader of Team Made to Love. And I am excited for the call today. It's going to be pretty interactive. So after I do a little bit of stuff, I'm going to unmute you girls, and we can do some talking and sharing. Since it's 1:35, I might go a few minutes over, depending on how willing you are to talk. Okay. Today I'm going to talk about confidence in the business just a little bit, because the end of our call is the reason that I'm talking about confidence. I know that confidence is the backbone of this business, and it is not the thing that you take a spoonful of every day. It doesn't come in our Shakeology. It doesn't even come in our online office. We don't get a dose of confidence every day. It is something that comes from consistent personal development. It is something that comes from consistent work in the business. So while I'm gonna go over a couple things with you girls about how your posts are, how your messages are, how you're talking to people, how confident you are in the business in a couple of areas, you can make the judge for yourself where your confidence is, because every single morning that you wake up and you think about doing this business, do you have a begrudging feeling about it? Or do you have a whatever feeling? Do you have a I don't want to call it, not that it's not a priority, but do you just not think this is a non-negotiable every single day? So, because it boils down to a couple of things in this business. And while, you don't sign up to be a coach and then immediately, like, you do 3 days of my Coach Basics and you're like, all right, I'm ready to roll. And some people are like that and some people are not. And so, I know it takes a little bit longer for other people than some of my new coaches that have just rolled with it. And I credit to, they're not on the call now, so I can credit to that they're like 23, 24, 25, and they're like, woo, life is fun. And the rest of us are pretty seasoned in life. And so we are looking at things and, sometimes we have a negative outlook. And so that's where I want to talk to you about your everyday and your posting and your messaging. Your outlook on it is more important than the outcome. And with that comes confidence. I know I've said it before, and I've talked to Jelena about it, how doing the business for me is clockwork. And every single day I do it. Every single day I have my people that I message, and sometimes I'm a robot in it just because I love it and I'm passionate about it. And it's become part of my grain that I do it. And so I got a couple of questions from Megan, and then I got some questions from Melissa. And so I'm going to tackle those really fast, because then it will show how we're going to jump into some screen sharing. And I would ask you, if you're willing to share, if you have some recent things that you're willing to share your screen, then I would love that, so that we can help you. So this is not to cause you strife or problems. Constructive criticism is one of the best things that you can have, because if you're going at this blindly and you're not getting ideas from personal development books or coaches that you're following, then Jelena and I can help you. We've been coaches for a little while. I asked her to be on the call so that she can, share some insight if she sees something, because she and I, we don't always do things differently, but we have been pretty successful in communicating with people and being consistent with it. Now it is, it's always your business, and you can do with it what you want. And you can make your decisions with what you want. But I want to come from an angle of teaching you from being in it for 4 years and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't work, and seeing, how many feet you have into this business by your activity level. So the first thing that I got is from Megan is, how do I manage time messaging people? So I will tell you, from in the beginning, I did not do it very well because I had a 1-year-old. And so I did it whenever I could find time, and I did not have a consistent power hour. If I could go back in time and talk to my 32-year-old self, 33-year-old self. When I started doing personal development on myself, when I started doing, spending time on myself and working on myself, I would have done it differently. So I'm going to tell you how I do it right now, because that's what I would love for you to work on yourself in doing it. Is if you don't have a full hour that you can work, you need to have a full 30 minutes, 20 minutes that you are able to sit down and work on your business, because it will give you the energy that you need versus being spread apart, being pulled in different directions. And it will be better for the person that you're trying to engage. Because if you're not able to sit down and give them undivided attention while you're messaging them and they're messaging back and forth. I've done it with voice messaging, and I've had to shush all my kids because I'm doing a voice message, and that can be really uncomfortable. But, sometimes they're out here while I'm doing my business, and that's not always easy. So having a good power hour, and there is nothing, I'm just going to tell you, we're all stay-at-home moms, basically. There is nothing wrong with you telling your kids, can you go read a book for 30 minutes or go read a book for an hour, giving your baby something to do if they're awake so that you can get some work done. There is nothing wrong with that. You're with your kids 24 hours a day. You can't find a psychiatrist, a therapist anywhere that's not going to tell you what I'm telling you right now. So if you needed to seek that out, if you don't trust me, it will do you good to, set a timer. And, Chalene Johnson talks about setting a timer for yourself and getting that work done. And you should. I have in my Important Made to Love group, the 10 posts has a list of stuff that you can do every single day. That's part of your power hour. And if there's some of those things that don't apply, then take them off of your list. But there are things that do apply. That should be your invites. That should be your contacts, making new contacts. That should be follow-ups. Some of that, if you're on the call in the morning, we get 30 minutes at least of that done in the morning, hopefully without interruption from your family. So that's helped me a whole lot with my time management, that I've gotten a lot done. I got seven invites sent out this morning, and I'm signing up a coach anytime. And I have a call later that I scheduled yesterday during my messaging. So a lot of that can happen if you're setting time aside for it. And my gosh, it is a sacrifice to get up that early. But if you want it and you want it bad, then that's the time to do it. Now, in the other 30 minutes that you're having is where you're scheduling posts. I work from my computer, Megan, most of the time. I don't always message people, especially if I'm on a Zoom call, like in the morning, I'll work from my phone, but I'm typically working from my computer in the afternoon. And if I'm doing anything with posting or editing pictures, sometimes I edit pictures on my phone, sometimes I edit them on the computer. So I would say it's about 50-50. If I'm trying to spend time with the family, I rarely have my computer at the couch. And, if it's during my business hours in the afternoon, because, with me dividing up my time in the morning, I've been able to have more time in the afternoon, but it's still my business hours that my coaches know that they can text me. My coaches know that they can schedule calls then. So I have, sat on the couch with the kids for 30 minutes or an hour and then had to get up and come do a call at my computer, just because that time is allotted, to my business, and that's a priority for me in the afternoon. So, so I highly recommend, if you have a good computer, to work from your computer as much as possible, and then setting it aside if you want to do that, and then coming back, when you have the time, or if you're needing to do it on your phone. The next thing is, how do I come up with posts? That takes time. It also takes creativity. I was not creative. I did not consider myself creative. I know Jelena has struggled with this in the beginning, because Jelena is a fun girl, and when you're around her in person, you have a ton of fun with her. But she was not on social media hardly ever before she signed up to be a coach. So, and maybe that's the same with some of you, that you were not on social media very much. And if you were, it was posting stuff of your kids for family to see or whatever. So here is my thought process with posts. Is there are things that you do every single day that are of value that can help other people. Those are things that may not make you money. There are things that may not engage all of your 500 friends on Facebook, or if you have 1,000. They may not engage all of those people, but they are going to engage the right kind of people, because if it's something that you do every day that can help someone else, and you find 5 people in your friend list that do that same thing or that want to do that same thing, they are going to be your target market. So I think I've said in a call a couple weeks ago that when I make posts, I'm not trying to reach my 1,200 friends on Facebook. I am not trying to reach all 1,200 because I couldn't handle that. I'm trying to reach specific people that I'm going to catch their attention. I'm going to speak value into their life. I'm going to help them in some way. And I might not ever know it. So typically every single day I pray about what I'm going to post. I may not even know. Sometimes it is God using my fingers to write it, because I have no idea how some of the stuff. I've looked back at my posts and I'm like, I have no idea where that came from. And so it is nothing that I do. So it comes with personal development. And if you're a Christian and you're trying to reach other, Christian moms that you would love to spend time with and help, that is what you're going to need to spend your time with. Everyone is gifted in different things. When I get old, I want to be a picture editor. I love to edit pictures and have fun with them. I used to love it more than I do now because I just don't have time. But look at every single thing that you're doing every day. Take pictures of it. If you eat a really nice meal and, we make 6 plates, my whole family knows that now even my husband will help me make a really pretty plate, because if you're sharing a food idea, it needs to be pretty. It needs to be enticing. It needs to look, we eat with our eyes, so it needs to be pretty, because that's how you're going to attract attention. I get more likes and comments. If you look at, I'll show you my Facebook page today. I got more likes and comments on a muffin that I spent 10 minutes making this morning than I have gotten on anything else probably that I'll post today, because it's food. Everyone relates to food. So if you don't have fun things that you do, if you don't make homemade soap or candles or lipstick, or, if you don't have, knitting or animals or, all kinds of things that could be your target market. If you don't have any of that, don't feel at a loss, because you still eat food and you still can make a pretty plate of food. You still can. Hopefully you're reading books. You can share things that you're reading. You can look up a really pretty picture, or you can take a pretty picture on your property. Or Megan, you travel all around the place. You can take a pretty picture and write a quote on it, put a quote on it. There's all kinds of things that you can do that share value. So if you just keep that in mind, that if you've got nothing because your day is so stressful, you have food, you have snacks, you have ideas on how you're taking care of things. And if you're not, I'm known as the food lady, and I don't understand that, because it's not who, I don't think about food all the time. I just have people that need to eat, and you do too. So make that a priority. So I tell every new coach that that's one of the ideas that I give them first, is take pictures of your food. And if you feel confident to take a selfie with it, then by all means, take a selfie with it and put your face out there and, edit it up. My favorite food app is Vibrantly. Avery also has a food. It has 3 filters that are excellent for food. Just make sure it looks pretty, like I said. Okay, what I'm going to do now, and if Jelena was willing, and if you girls are willing, I want to share my screen and go to your page so that I can help you with posts. And if you're okay with that, I want to give you constructive criticism, because are both of you wanting to build your business? The 2 girls that are on this team, build your business. Okay. Because I want to give you some ideas on, I don't want to tell you that you have to change everything, but if there's just some things that you can change that can catch people's attention and that can hit your target market, then that's what I want to help you do. All right, let me share my screen here. And you can unmute yourself if you'd like. Oh, now I can't see my screen. Okay. All right. Okay. First, I'm going to go to Alyssa, because I talked to her last night about some posts. So she is, if you've seen her in the challenge group, she is dealing with some health issues, and she's she's been texting me and telling me about that. And as hard as that is, she said, I'm not necessarily ready to share that with the world just yet. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. And so if you look here, she makes a funny first thing. New game. Seriously, seeing the results is the biggest motivator. And then she says, 5 months ago, I was unhappy in my jobs because she works 2 jobs, wearing baggy clothes to cover up my slow, steady weight gain. Now, she did this in the middle of the day because her target market is probably people that are on their lunch hour looking at, because she's 25 and she's making this post. She's probably been sitting at work figuring out what she's going to say because she's trying to target people during their lunch hour. So, and she has a call to action right here. So she says, I cannot believe how much my life has changed in 5 months. And I'm thankful for that every day, for my steps I'm making to continue to make it better. So she says, private message me if you're ready to be happy again. Now right here, she's not saying anything about coaching. She's not saying anything about a challenge group, but she's still catching people's attention because she is sharing what her journey has been in a small way, because she's not telling her whole story right there. She's telling a small portion of it. So let me scroll down here. Okay, I'm going to tell you that I am not a fan of sharing a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook. I just think that I usually hide people that share things on Facebook. And that's just what I'm going to say about that. Okay, here is an inspiration post. So she found this picture and is talking about her team and how there's no way that she could have continued on her journey. I have made posts like this. I love sharing things like this because this is the heart and soul of who we are as Beachbody, is having our team around us, having our coaches supporting us, having supporting our customers, being active in challenge groups. So she doesn't even have a call to action for someone to message her. She just says you need to surround yourself with people who have common interests and goals. So right there, she is trying to target people. Let's see how many likes she got on that. 6 likes. So she's trying to target people that are desiring to have that kind of community around them, because she's trying to raise a red flag with someone that might say, I don't really have anyone that supports me or that helps me or that I'm doing this all by myself. Another motivational quote, Happy Mother's Day. Those are kind of fun. Those were kind of fun to see. So she shares her workouts. Would you guys be able to, when I look at your Facebook page, are you confident that you're sharing your workouts and what you're doing without necessarily name dropping every single thing that you're doing? Yes. Okay. All right. I've showed you some examples right here. Let's go to Megan's. Oh, look how pretty that is, Megan. Good job. I love that. So you're doing a great job right here showing your food, and it looks very pretty, and no one would ever know that you're in a RV, right?
I hope not.
Okay. When you got a good amount of likes on that. So here you shared a website. Now, do you plan on having a like page for your business anytime soon?
I do have one. I think I only have about 60 to 80 people on my page so far. And I'm not getting, I continue to invite people to it, but I don't have a lot of success in getting people engaged with that page.
Okay. What I would do different with this post right here is if you're wanting to share this giveaway, even though as simple as it is, I would have done a picture with you homeschooling your kids, doing some kind of really neat homeschooling picture, and then even if it's messy and crazy, and then posting that link in the comments, because because what you're trying to do, yes, you're sharing value, but you're trying to catch people's attention, and a lot of people. I mean, you don't have very many likes on this. So right there, you're going to find that when you share links or you share, you know, the giveaways or whatever, you're not going to get a lot of people that are going to interact with you on that. And what you're looking for is interaction and engagement. And,
Okay.
and I'll be completely honest with you. It really shocks me when people ask really simple questions on some of my posts. And, you know, I'll be honest, sometimes I get a little frustrated because I think, why did they ask that? Because that's such an easy thing to Google or to even ask Safari or ask Siri. You could ask Siri that. And it kind of blows my mind, except when people comment on your post and you respond to their comment, your post will move up to the top of everyone's feed.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you comment on your post and comment back, if someone asks, you know, a question and you comment back, every time you do that, it creates more engagement on your post and more people see it. So that's why I'm telling you, when you put value out and people ask questions, I purposely do not put recipes in my post so that people will ask for it. And so that I can share that. And then people will ask, oh my gosh, you know, I had a girl say, I've never even heard of coconut sugar. And then I had another girl ask me what kind of brown sugar that I buy. You want people to ask you questions so that it creates engagement, because that's value that you're sharing. Now, you know, that is people that are going to watch you when you're creating those engagements. So let's see. You have great workout pictures, Megan. I always love your workout pictures. Now, are you posting the same thing on Instagram?
Yes, generally speaking, I post them on Instagram and then it copies over here, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Because I don't hardly ever, I don't know if other people do it, maybe because I don't have time. I don't really ever search hashtags on Facebook too much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you search hashtags on Facebook?
Do I?
Yes.
I do for like a couple of these, like the full-time families one I have.
Okay.
I don't remember what else I have on there. Go RVing, I do.
Okay.
My target market's kind of specific, so.
Yeah, well, that's so good. So you're hashtagging it for your target market. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Melissa is the one that asked me about posting. So let's talk about that. Okay. Oh, you have this great picture of your son playing baseball and getting a home run. That's awesome. And look how many likes you on that. Oh my gosh, my kid pictures get so many likes, kid and food. So, so you know that your target market is pretty much parents when you see that. Somehow I don't know how God has blessed me with people that don't have kids and they're not married, but I love those girls so much. Melissa, I love you to death, girl, but look at this picture right here. Are you smiling? Okay. Try to look so happy when you're, oh, did I write on the thing? I did not.
No, I did. I can't figure out how I did that. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, you're smiling in this now, but you have no content. So did this?
No, it was in our team page.
Okay, she tagged
you. Post a selfie, tag her.
Okay. And now look at this. This is a good picture. You have a great post there. Oh, this is a really good picture. And that's a really funny picture. On this, I would have maybe asked a question, since you're at Dollywood, what is your favorite ride at Dollywood? And throw out a question there to get engagement from people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a tagged. That's a really fun picture. Okay, but this is another idea for you, is to explain what you're doing. If someone else tagged you in this, that's fine. But if you're going to post a picture, I don't know if you posted this, but if you're going to post a picture and just put emojis, that's not going to create engagement. And every single post that you're going to want to have, you're going to want to have engagement. So we're going all the way back to May 4th, and it's May 10. Where in the world is a workout picture?
I don't post workout pictures. Well, I rarely work out is the problem. But
Okay. Well, when you want to get challengers and coaches, don't you think they need to know what you do every day?
Yeah.
Does that need to be a part of your life to work out every day?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I know that you know that, and you're wanting to attract people that are your target market and that they want to work out. They want to be healthier. Okay. Let's go to Jelena Buford's. Jelena Buford. Okay. I do not know how to get that off of there. Whoop. Go back. Okay. Oh, there's pretty Jelena Buford. Okay, Jelena Buford is sharing part of her story right here. Let me go up here and undo that one. I don't know how to undo it. Oh, clear. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to. I don't know how to go back to that. Okay. All right. She is sharing how she has started teaching classes at the Y. And while she's doing two things right here, which I love. She's sharing a part of how much she likes it because her smile and how excited she is. She's sharing that it's been stretching for her. She's sharing part of how it's working on her. She is also kind of inviting people that live in that area to come because she's talking about it's at the Y. And anyone that knows her and that lives in that area is going to know that, hey, I could call and find out, or I could message Jelena when she's having classes. So there's a couple of subliminal things right here going on that are really awesome. And look how happy she is. You would want to join someone that's going to teach bio looking that happy, because they're not going to be smiling like that at the end. So here she is. Jelena's really good at sharing some of her devotion, what God is working on in her heart. And that's always wonderful. You'll see that I do not, even though I went to Bible college, Jelena goes to church. I mean, they've ran small groups before. People know that Jelena is a Christian. People know that I'm a Christian, but very rarely do I ever get as many likes on my Christian posts as I do on my kid and food. So, I mean, the same thing right here. This is perfect, but she's not getting a whole lot of likes on that. Let's scroll. Sorry, I can't scroll faster. Mother's Day. This is a really good time to do it right after Mother's Day when everyone's sharing stuff. All right, look at her cute little boy right here, sharing a little something about her family. She's not telling a whole lot about him. And he was even sick, and she didn't say he's been sick. She's just sharing a little bit because look how adorable he looks and how happy he is. And holy moly, look how many likes she got on that. So you see sometimes if you look at other people's page, what they're doing and what, okay, here is a bit of a share of something valuable that she has. So this is all within the last week, and sadly Jelena's been sick, so she hasn't been posting a whole lot. We're glad you're better, Jelena.
Thank you.
So here's a call to action. Have you ever used apple cider vinegar for ailments? And she talks about how much she uses and what she's been using it for. So let's see. Look how many comments she's got because she shared a value. Now, I'm going to tell you, Brax probably did not send her a check for talking about this, but look at how many people have commented. And Jelena has done a really good job of commenting back. And that's exactly what you want to do. So there were probably some other ones here that you could even go back now. You can go back now and ask a question and tell people that you got better and, what have they been doing. Okay, I know we're a little bit over time, so if you'll just stick with me. Let me show you. Where is she? Okay, I'm friends with Meg Wazinski or Koloski because she's married now. But so here is an idea of how she's telling her story. I thought this was an excellent post because you never see pictures of Meg outside. And honestly, I didn't read through the whole thing. People probably don't read my really long posts unless they're my target market and they're really trying to search for what I'm doing. But she talks about being a health and fitness coach. She's not necessarily, she calls out, she's a 15-star diamond, but she calls out Beachbody down here at the end, but she's not said, Beachbody's done this for me. Beachbody's done this for me. She's not calling out Beachbody in this. She's calling out what has happened to her. And in the 4 years that she's been a coach, what has happened. So, XYZ, since you've been a coach, this has happened to you. And this is a really in-depth share of her story. And what I typically like to do for myself, because I have people that have been friends on Facebook with me for a really long time, is I share parts and pieces of my story. Because there are people that are brand new to my Facebook, and I don't want to spill the beans all one night sharing everything that I, want to tell them. So look at her picture right here. She probably just walked outside and said, Kirk, snap this really fast because I'm in my workout clothes, and get it done. And then she edited it, and she probably, spent a lot of time writing that. But you want to share parts of your story. So here is, a Mother's Day post. Oh, she's going to have a lot of tags. I should have chose someone else. But I love Meg. So here is a value that she said, one of our biggest enemies is ourselves. And she shares, something that she struggled with, and then changing it to a lifestyle. This is just a motivational quote. She has no call to action. She does not say, I'm inviting you to a challenge. Message me for if you want more information. She's not saying how much money she makes. She's not saying, I'm starting this on Monday. Now, Meg does do that quite often, and I will say I don't, love it too much, but it brings her success. So she talks about what she's doing. Just a slight, my eyes are getting blurry staring at the screen for so long. Let me scroll down really fast because I've got to find one for her. Well, sorry guys, I shouldn't have done this right after Mother's Day. Okay. Oh, come over here. She shares a little bit about her life, and I think that's really cute because some of you have, really small kids, and you're either going to, be potty training, even if it's your number 7 that you're potty training. Every kid is different. So asking ideas for things, asking questions, what's out today was not out 13 years ago when I had my son. There are new things out, there are new techniques, there are new things. So even if you have your old-fashioned ways of doing stuff, create engagement and create ideas or create ways to get people to answer your questions. Find your target market in those kind of things, because, if you love, or if you've lost a lot of weight and you want to find out where people buy new trendy jeans because you want to look like a hot mama, then ask those kinds of questions. All right. Well, girls, we can do this again because I wanted to get, some questions answered. I feel like I get a lot of questions asked on my phone through text messages, through Facebook messages, that I think, why don't they ask that on the call? I get quiet coaches on the call instead of you coming up with what has happened in the last few days of what you have the most questions on. So next week, this is my call to action for you for next week. I want to do a call on how to convert customers before they ever buy a challenge pack to a coach, and how I do that, and how I have some scripts from other coaches that I want to share with you. But I want to share that with you because if you're wanting to build your business and you're wanting to create a community around you, it's not finding instant customers. It's not finding customers that want a 30-day fix. It's finding customers that want a 90, 180, a year, forever fix on their lifestyle and changing their lifestyle. So that's what we're going to talk about next week. So if you would be willing to take snapshots of your conversations this week, because I know you're having them and talking to them about joining a challenge. And, you know, Megan just sold her first challenge back. Woo woo. That's so exciting. So talking to people about signing up to be a coach before they buy the challenge pack and what that looks like, so that you're getting, you know, really happy discount coaches that are technically customers that you're going to help with their fitness journey, that will fall in love with it and start working the business with you. So that is what's happened to me quite often, and what will happen to you if you have the right conversations. So my call to action this week is that you gain your confidence by doing your workouts, doing your personal development, and being on top of your power hour every single day, or power 30 minutes, because we all need them. It's good for you. It's good for your kids, and you get stuff done. Woo woo. Thank you guys for being on the call. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brooke. Have a good day.
Bye.